guys. Welcome to Basic Teen TV. We are your weekly podcast talking about some teen TV dramas from the 90s and the 2000s. We've been slowly making our way through Dawson's Creek. We're into season 5. Tonight we're going to talk about episode 10. My name is Melissa.
I'm Victoria.
I'm Cindy.
Welcome, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Oh, that's great. Thanks.
I'm tired.
You gotta get it together.
I guess now, since Victoria's admitted she's tired, we have to, I feel like, put it out there that we started recording really late tonight.
We're like 5 drinks in.
Yeah.
It's
and we're like
10:15
and we're
at night.
like 3 hours behind when we normally get started.
I'm a middle-aged woman. I should be in bed right now.
So
We all have senior fullness right now.
yeah. So be prepared for a very excellent episode.
A very cohesive.
Yeah. Coherent
Yeah.
episode. So episode 10 was called Appetite for Destruction. This episode is a family dinner with the whole gang. Pacey's cooking dinner for everybody at Grams's house.
And I think he's like not the best cook. Because every dish that comes out, he's got an excuse.
Well,
and he's like, well, this risotto's been sitting too long. You're supposed to eat it faster than we eat it.
And they forced him to take that chicken out early. So I blame the gang for that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was really doing a lot. Like, he should have been more focused on one dish. Because all of the dishes he was making, they were all very intensive. Like, risotto requires a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was roasting meats. That requires a lot of attention. He should have focused on one thing.
Well, he was trying to cook them a full meal, like opener, first course, second course, third course.
He did dessert too, right?
Yeah, dessert, right. Yeah, I mean, he was trying to do the whole thing.
All by himself.
So it opens up with it's Pacey, Jen, Audrey, and Jack just cooking dinner at Grams's house. And they're not expecting anyone else to show up. Like, they talk about Dawson and Jen, and Jack's like, oh yeah, they're still up in wherever they were. And that they've decided to extend their stay. And everyone's like, oh, that's weird. Okay. Like, no one knows that they've had sex and are now apparently in a committed relationship.
They're like married.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. But surprise, they show up, and Jen and Dawson think the house is going to be empty. So they're all really excited because they're like, oh, we don't have to explain to anybody. Like, we can still pretend like we're on this little secret vacation and have this secret relationship.
And then they're like, let's make out
in the foyer of the home.
Yeah,
foyer.
Foyer.
Yeah, without like looking around. I mean, I guess everybody like popped out of the woodwork and saw them, but they just like walked in and started making out. I'm
like they couldn't wait to take your coat off first.
Yeah,
I don't know. Go wash your hands.
Read the room. Like, check to see if anybody's home before you.
I mean, Graham should still be somewhere in that house.
Grimes is out, apparently.
Yeah, but they didn't know that.
Well, yeah, they didn't know that.
Yeah, I just wouldn't think to like, as soon as I enter the foyer, I wouldn't be like, blah, 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 blah. I would just, let's like, I don't know, take our shoes off, take our jackets off.
Well, no, they're not. This is
they're in that hot and heavy stage.
They're in that hot and heavy stage of their relationship. And then Audrey pops her head around the corner and she's like, hey guys, welcome. And so they're like, ah, shit. So now everyone's forced into
And Joey saw too. And I was like, oh God.
Everyone saw. The whole gang, as soon as Audrey said, hey guys, the whole gang popped out from the kitchen and saw them and could just tell from the looks on their faces that something's going on between them. And so ensues a very awkward dinner with everybody. And Audrey, I think Audrey freaks out most of anybody, only because she's trying to just provoke Joey.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
She wanted a reaction from Joey, which I did too. Watching this episode, I really wanted to see like some drama. There wasn't enough drama for me.
It was pretty tame. And a lot of people just like leaving the dinner table to go have like
side conversations.
Yeah, like Audrey pretends to like spill stuff on her shirt like multiple times throughout the evening to like get Joey to help her clean it off. Like, they go into the bathroom and then they go into the kitchen, and Audrey's just like, how are you not feeling anything? How do you not feel anything about this? And Joey's playing it really cool. She's just like, I'm fine with it. I'm really fine. Like, I don't know why everyone thinks that I should be freaking out about this. I mean, I was quite surprised at Joey's reaction. Like, I assumed that at some point she would freak out, but I thought that she was trying really hard to just keep it together for this evening because they're all in a tight space,
and they're supposed to be like taste testing Pacey's
cooking
food. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to turn into like a whole Dawson Joey drama.
Right.
You know,
Dawson Jen Joey drama. We're back to like the triangle again.
Mm-hmm. At this point in the show, I'm like really confused now with the circle, the Dawson Joey circle that we keep running in. Okay. It's like so worn out now that I don't even know what what are we doing? What the fuck are we watching? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like why do we still care about this?
Yeah, it's just so it's run its course.
Well, apparently not.
Yeah, because how many more seasons?
Yeah, because they're gonna make it
one more season.
They're gonna make it
only one more.
We're halfway through this season already, and then after that, just
for
one more
some reason,
season.
I thought there were like 2 or 3 seasons left. Am I gonna feel a little weird when this is done?
No, because we're gonna start a new show and it's
My So-Called Life.
Yeah, that's one season.
That's only one. We'll get through that one real quick.
I'm gonna rip right through it.
Mm-hmm.
Will there be like, you know how when you get done with a really good show, like a really good series, you feel a little empty and sad because you're like, well, what do I do with my Sundays now? Because Sundays were the days that I watched The Last of Us or whatever. Am I going to feel that way when we're done with Dawson's Creek?
My reference is very outdated, but the last time I felt that way was when Veep ended. I was like, what am I going to do now? I've gotten through all the seasons of Veep.
I was very invested in Lost, but the ending of Lost was kind of a letdown. That was like 6 years of my life, and that was the last show that I watched like as it came out, like every week. And then you had a lot of time in between episodes to like
you had a week
go on the blogs and read all the.
You went on the blogs?
Yeah, you had to read about all the Easter eggs and all the theories. So you really had time to like marinate in that episode before the next one.
It's fun.
Yeah, but it was like instead of binging it where you just like fucking blow through it and don't even think about it, you like there's like a lot of thought that went into it, and it was 6 years investment.
Yeah, that's a long time. They become like a part of your life in a weird way.
It's been a long time since I've done that with a current show.
I mean, I did it with The Last of Us, but that was only one season. But I would like look forward to Sundays.
Are there no more episodes of
they're going to do a second season, I think. But yeah, they didn't release the whole series at once. So every Sunday I would log into Ben's HBO Max, and then I'd like get 9 p.m. The Last of Us. That's
the one that's based on the video game, right? With Pedro Pascal.
Mm-hmm. Your boo thing.
My most recent celebrity obsession.
You should watch the show.
Oh, I love him so much.
Watch it. It's all him. He's the main character.
I do have HBO. I use my brother's HBO.
There
Max.
you go.
Yeah, I should watch it.
I'm halfway through the series now. I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah,
it's very good. I never played that video game, but everything I've read, people that did play the video game, they're like, it's so true to the game.
Pedro Pascal didn't even know that the game existed when he got the part. So, you know.
No,
I guess you don't need to play the video game to know.
So many hours of watching your boo thing.
I know. All right, I'll do it.
Do it.
Okay.
But yeah, I might feel a little like empty when we're done with Dawson's Creek.
I mean, as much as we have admitted that we don't really that we don't like the show, that this is not a great show. I mean,
it's a part of our lives now.
It is a part of our lives. I mean, you know, I'll be fine when we end.
I don't know if I'm going to be okay
when we stop talking about Dawson's Creek.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I'll be okay.
I don't know. I might have a hard go of it.
Oh no. So was there anything else about this? I mean, Charlie shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie is like the douchebag guy who is, you know, dating Jen while also dating some other chick simultaneously, and he like shows up to just give back something
to return
Jen.
like a sweater,
or
something.
Sweatshirt or something.
But, he was doing the toxic dude thing. She didn't need that goddamn sweater. She probably had never asked of it. She probably forgot all about it. And then he just shows up.
Very selfish.
That was an excuse to like say, hey babe, what's up?
You up?
What's up? You up?
You up? That's like the early 2000s versions of you up.
Like, I just showed up at
just
your,
randomly showed
Here's
up.
your Aerosmith sweater, babe.
showed up at your Graham's house with a sweater. You up?
Yeah. And like Dawson is like inside and he's like starting to stress over about how long Jen's been out on the front porch with Charlie, and Pacey's
Which was
like,
also kind of weird.
Pacey's like, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Don't be that guy.
And he's like, I'm totally going to be that guy. I'm going out there.
Going out there. And he's like, everything okay out here?
Jen's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Can you fuck? Actually, can both of you fuck off?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Charlie's like, who is that? Jen's like, that's my boyfriend. Oh, you have a boyfriend now? Yes.
Yeah, he was like totally deep inside of me a couple hours ago.
Balls deep.
Yeah, balls deep. You want to talk about it?
And Charlie's like, okay, well, just want you to know, all I ever want for you is to be happy. And Jen's like, I am happy.
I'm really happy now that I got my sweater back. Bye.
I got my sweater back, and I have a proper right boyfriend. I did it without the accent.
Proper right boyfriend. And he was a virgin. I just took his virginity.
That's right. She did take his virginity. Oh, didn't you want to talk about
Victoria's face?
Ew. Didn't you want to talk about that, about how Dawson was going to tell Joey that they had sex, or that Dawson's now had sex, and it wasn't with her?
Yeah, they were in the kitchen, one of the side conversations, and Dawson was like, I want you to be okay with this, and I'm really sorry. It's not about you.
Yeah, because Joey was like, a kiss is fine.
Oh, right.
Like she kept saying that the whole night. Like,
right, yeah.
I'm okay with them. They just had a fun weekend.
It was just a kiss.
And everyone's like, no,
bitch.
Yeah, Jack and Pacey had a conversation at one point. Everybody else was having side conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, so what base do you think they went to? And Jack's like, oh, they did it. He's like, how can you tell? And he's like, it's more like Jen.
If I know Jen.
Yeah, he's like, I can tell by her face that she's fucking gotten some.
He's like, I know it's gross to say it, but I know that look in Jen's face as her gay best friend.
But also, if they're making out in the foyer, that's an indication
in and of
itself.
Well, and also they've been away together all weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, at a hotel.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then they're in the kitchen and Joey's like, well, it's just a kiss, not a big deal. And he's like,
It was more than just a kiss.
Yeah, and she was like,
Oh.
But also, like, what a dumbass. She thought that they only had that kiss in the foyer. Why would they only kiss in the foyer? Like, they spent the whole weekend together. You don't think...
I think she thought they
Anything
spent the weekend together
making out.
Mm-hmm. Like, that wasn't the first kiss. It wasn't. The friends didn't walk in on the moment. They walked into the after a moment. But it just, I think she's in denial.
I think Joey was just in denial.
Yeah, because everybody else was like, oh, they've been banging.
They've been banging it up
all weekend.
Obs.
And they came home and they were going to fucking bang it out some more, but we're all here having
cramp in their style,
having risotto, so
yeah.
they're not going to bang it out. And then Dawson's like, well, yeah, we've been banging it out. And she's like, ow. But this is the reverse of the same conversation that they had when Dawson found out that Joey lost her virginity to Pacey.
Yeah.
Also, stop fucking your friends. Find other people to fuck.
Boston's a big city.
Yeah,
Boston's a huge city.
There's like 6 of them, and they're all just fucking each other. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, except Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack hasn't had sex with anybody in a while.
Well, yeah, he broke up with his boyfriend.
Up with Toby. And he's still...
I think that was a bad move.
To break up with Toby?
Yeah, he was cool, right?
No,
yeah,
he was
cool.
super possessive.
Oh, right.
And then everybody gave him a hard time about it because he was like, oh, your boyfriend just shows up unannounced into town and you would rather do the things that you already had planned than...
No, right.
Then
I remember
cancel
talking
all
about
of your
this now.
plans and hang out with your boyfriend? Like, why are you such a selfish prick? And that whole time I was like, no, Toby is out of line. Toby showed up.
You're right.
Jack had like a whole rush week thing planned, and he had all this shit going on. And Toby expected him to just drop it all because he was there. It's actually not cool.
No, you're right. And I remember talking about this and feeling that way.
but then everybody gave Jack a hard time for being the asshole in that situation. And I'm like, everybody's got it wrong. Jack was right. He was super possessive.
Yeah, you're right.
Toby was going to fucking be a narcissistic prick.
When you write, you right.
I'm right.
You're right.
I'm right. All right. Let's talk about the 6 people in the room.
Yeah. I mean, what else is there? I mean,
that's pretty much it. It was like kind of like a capsule episode or a bottle episode. Like the whole thing took place at
Grams's house.
Grams's house, and it was just everybody confronting everybody else about who was fucking who.
Yeah. I did make a note of like the 3D discs CD changer.
Oh yeah, that little
that
scene
brought back
got
some
me
memories.
too.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I remember those.
I had an 8-disc
What?
in my car. Hello. In the trunk,
Damn.
bitch. Yeah, so what would happen is once I ran through the rotation of all of the 8 CDs, I'd have to pull over.
You'd have to get
out
your car. Yep, get out your car
and change out the CDs. And I had a book like super this thick.
Yeah, you kept it in your glove compartment or under your seat.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't fit in my glove compartment.
I only had one.
It was
mine
book.
Mine fit in my glove compartment because it was just like 2 CDs per page. But you
mine
had those
was
like
the 4
CD.
Mine was the 4 CD zipper book.
Yep. I never had a multi-disc changer. Like my parents wouldn't get me one.
I bought it myself. I saved it. I was working at Target.
There you go.
I was saving my funds.
There you go.
And I bought that shit.
How much did it cost?
I don't even remember, but it felt like a lot.
Probably
at the
a
time.
shit ton of money at the time.
Like
yeah.
$300
I was
or
gonna
something
say, yeah,
for
like
a
300,
teenager
400
to
bucks.
Mm-hmm. And I remember when my dad was like, it was some point, like I was in college and I was contemplating selling the car. And he's like, well, you got to hang on to that disc changer. And I was like, for what reason? And he's like, it's going to be worth a lot of money. And I was like, Dad, I don't think you understand. Like, this isn't a muscle car. It's like tech stuff depreciates,
dude, quicker
over time,
quicker than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a nice piece of furniture. No one even uses CDs anymore. Like, who would want this?
Yeah, as soon as you drive that iPhone off the lot, it's like worth nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, and in that moment, while Jen and Jack are switching up the CDs in the 3-disc changer, they have like a little spat about their friendship.
Yeah,
And
because they've been on the outs for a while, and
Well, because Jack was acting like kind of a jerk.
he was
off.
acting like a frat douchebag,
Mhm.
like a
And he
frat
was
boy
trying to, like,
douchebag.
He was assigning his friends to his frat buddies.
He was
to
pimping out his
bang. Yeah.
friends. Yeah,
not cool.
not cool, bro. And so they kind of get into it. Did they really resolve it though? I feel
Well,
like
they did by the end.
I kind of felt like
of
they like
episode.
agreed
to disagree. Right?
Like,
yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah, but then they did this thing, they were like talking about knowing what each other takes in their coffee. Like how much cream or whatever. And then when they go back to the dining table and they're pouring coffee, Jack
like leans
reaches
over
in the most obvious
like
way.
past Dawson and like pours
It's like, babe, I know you love a lot of cream in your
her
coffee.
coffee.
And I was like,
I
oh,
remember
that's
that.
cute.
That was so corny.
I thought it was cute.
I thought it was corny.
They know each other. They're besties. That's what that meant.
I know. It was still corny.
But I think that's supposed to signify that they're like cool.
at least
right?
moving on, like
Yeah.
getting past their little
Yeah.
fight or whatever. Yeah. And then so the whole night, I mean, I guess we're pretty much kind of done with this episode, but I mean, the whole night Audrey's like obsessed with meeting Grams. And then Grams finally shows up from we don't know where she was at.
Yeah, where does Ho been?
Yeah, where where dis ho been? We do not know. But Graham shows up and Audrey's really happy. And then like they all part ways. So they're all like, leaving, and Jack and Audrey end up going to a party. Pacey and Joey have like a little walk and talk. And that's where Joey like really like lets out her feelings about Jen and Dawson. And just like, what does she say? She's just basically like, I expected this of him. Like, I knew that this would happen. She's like, I was the one who told Jen that if it's not me, I'm glad it's you to be there to help Dawson through this really horrible time. And that's what kind of Dawson and Joey were talking about in the kitchen. Like Dawson was kind of like, it's almost like in Dawson's head, it's like his life before his dad died and then his life after his dad died, which kind of makes sense. That's a huge, life altering thing to go through. And that all the moments before his dad died included Joey. And it's almost like he couldn't wrap his head around how Joey fit into it since his dad died or something like that.
Yeah. And he did tell her, he's like, it hurts to like be around you. Which
right.
I'm like, why do you
I kind of didn't
tell her that? Like,
yeah.
Like just, I don't know. Like, that's just like, and this is like the second time he's kind of like alluded that like he associates her with his father's death. Like, she is just a painful reminder of things. And like,
well, I guess that's what I was trying to say earlier. It's like life before his dad died, when him and Joey were like really good friends, or like they were getting back to a good friendship. And this has just become like a huge kind of bookmark that, I don't know. It's like now things are totally different. I think that's a lot. I think that's like really unfair to put that on Joey.
yeah.
Still,
work that out with your therapist that you may not still be seeing because you saw her.
Yeah,
once.
we don't.
Nah, he probably has never seen her again.
Yeah,
she's
It's kind of like people I've dated in my past. They've broken up with me multiple times, and then when they reached out again, I'm like, well, you have anger issues and you need to see a therapist. And they saw the therapist because I made them see the therapist. And after like 5 sessions, they never saw the therapist again. And I feel like that's a dude thing to do.
Yeah,
Dawson
well,
did.
if you're going to therapy and you're not interested, like therapy only works if you want to do therapy and you want to get something out of it. If you're just doing it out of obligation, then you're not going to get anything out of it. And
right.
You'll be like, I'm better now after 5 sessions.
Yeah, I told her.
You're like, I understand everything about myself now.
I'm cured.
He wasn't cured, by the way, my ex.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
It ended in the same way that it has ended a million times, except I wasted ultimately 8 years of my life.
He's incurable. Some people are incurable.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. But
I don't know where to go from here.
Me either. I took it somewhere that I didn't have to take it.
And then Dawson and Jen fall asleep on the bed. Oh, so it's really late. It's late in the evening, and I think it was Graham's suggestion that Dawson stay at the house because it's really late. And
they go up to the attic.
And they fall asleep very awkwardly together on the bed, or at least that's how the episode ends. I don't know.
Yeah, and they were what were they talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't even know. So that was episode 10. Yay.
I wanted it to be more dramatic than it was. It was kind of just...
Yeah, it was a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, like it started off good, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be juice," and then it fizzled out like as soon as it started.
Yeah, it was pretty soft.
Yeah, because they
flaccid. There was no erect.
We had to like wait because the episode where they hooked up, where they were in this hotel New Hampshire. They were in New Hampshire.
Oh, New Hampshire.
Can you imagine
me
in New Hampshire?
Between them hooking up in New Hampshire and this episode, there was like the 4 scary stories like side fun episode. So there was no canon. There was no forward momentum to this storyline. So we had to wait a whole episode. And then this happens and we're like, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like really tame and polite.
We all walked away with blue balls.
Totally. I did not come at all during episode 10.
Have you come from any of the episodes?
Some of them hard.
Wow. Good to know.
All
Yeah.
right.
I told you guys I'm going to be sad when it's over. It's because I'm just like coming.
I really want to see how you're going to be when this series ends for us.
What am I going to do with myself?
Is the finale going to be sad? Are we going to cry?
Yeah, do you
know,
remember?
No, I don't remember anything.
So they don't even finish college?
I mean, I guess not because we're still in their freshman year, right?
Yeah, so we
Season
just get
5
to the
is freshman
sophomore
year.
year. Was the show canceled?
Well, I mean, I don't know. We entered Dawson's Creek in their sophomore year of high school. So maybe kind of makes a little sense, like a weird way to end sophomore year in college. Like,
I'm just very curious to see
how it ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I could remember.
I think probably it's not going to be that memorable since you don't remember. I think it's just going to end.
And also, I've never
Well,
remembered any episode
We've come
that
to
I've
find that
watched thus far.
that I really don't remember this show at all. There is. I'm not gonna say anything beyond this, but there is something major that happens that I really do not remember at all. Like you would think I should remember this, but I don't. And I'm really interested to see and hear y'all's
Something
reaction.
major that happens coming up.
Yes, in
This
season? I don't know if it's this season
Does someone
or
else
next,
die?
but it happens before the show ends, and
No spoilers. Okay, don't
I'm not
say
gonna-
anything
is
else.
it a
I'm not
wedding
gonna give
or a
you any
death?
spoilers.
Is it a baby?
I'm not even.
Yeah,
gonna,
pregnancy.
Not saying any.
Pregnancy. Pregnancy.
Pregnancy. Those is neighbors. Like, what's wrong with these people? All right.
I'm not gonna say anything, but it is, guys. It is Mage.
I hope it's
capital.
I'm gonna have to read ahead.
I hope-
Don't read ahead. Don't do it, Victoria. Don't.
I bet someone gets pregnant and then the kid dies. And Grams dies. And Dawson.
Graham's dying.
Dawson
Makes
dies.
sense.
Dawson dies. No, he doesn't die, but
You're just like killing off everyone on the show now.
I want
mean,
them all
Mitch
to die.
already died, and Abby died. Who else?
Mitch has been the first kind of more major character that's died. Like Abby, I mean,
Yeah, we were. She was set up for that because nobody liked her.
Yeah, she was a
Right.
bitch.
And she amped
Yeah.
up the bitchiness before, and that's always a sure sign. You're like, oh, bitch, you're gonna die because you're making us really hate you, so that when you die, nobody cares.
yeah,
Yeah.
We're all happy about it.
We're
Yeah.
celebrating.
yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna say anything more about it because I don't want to give anything away.
All right.
But I think y'all will be surprised. You'll totally be surprised at the event, but I think you'll also be surprised at the fact that I don't even remember that this happened in this show. Like,
But you
you're
do
like,
remember.
Damn.
What do you mean?
No, I read it.
Oh.
I read it on the blogs. I read it in the forums.
She read ahead.
I
and
read ahead.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't.
go home and read ahead.
I
You guys
didn't-
I got
can
you.
stop.
I did not mean to. I mean, actually, I think this showed up on someone else's Dawson's Creek podcast because I follow a lot of the other Dawson's Creek podcasts on our Instagram, and and so I think there's another podcast that's out there that's way ahead of us. There's another podcast that's way ahead of ours, and so whatever they posted about the next episode that they're talking about, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, are you serious? That happens? Shit, man.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, so
No, don't look it up right now, Victoria.
don't do it, Victoria.
No.
Don't do it.
She just got yelled at for real.
She's
she
gonna
feels
do it.
bad
She's
about.
gonna
I know
do
she's
it
gonna do it
anyways.
later. She's gonna do it tomorrow.
Victoria, you have to swear that you don't say anything. If you're
Okay.
gonna read ahead,
But you're not allowed to read ahead. No, don't even give her that much leeway.
I mean, you watch ahead sometimes, so
Sometimes. But only for like 30 minutes of one episode. All right, episode 11.
No.
Wait,
It
what?
doesn't work like that.
It doesn't
Cindy.
work like that anymore.
What do you mean?
We're doing separate. We have to do a sign off.
Separate episodes now. Remember?
Oh, we're gonna have to edit all of this out, Cindy. Get your shit together.
Well, I saw Victoria go like this, and I was like,
wrap it up. Wrap
well,
it
that's
up.
what I was trying to do. And I was like, all right,
signal,
moving on. Episode 11. Okay.
Okay. No,
this is a train wreck. I was trying to help.
That's all. Okay. I appreciate the help. We appreciate the help. Okay. So that was episode 11. I mean, episode 10.
Jesus Christ. We're off the rails.
We're off the rails.
Officially off the rails.
We haven't even ended episode 10 yet. Okay. Episode 10. Okay. So.
Okay.
Getting it together.
You got this.
So we'll be back.
Huh?
Fuck.
We'll be
back next week
But
with episode 11. This has been Basic Teen TV. My name's Melissa.
I'm Victoria.
I'm Cindy.
Okay, bye.
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 I'm trying to